Right now, in your garden, there is a pest giving birth, and the baby being born is already pregnant. And the baby inside that baby is also already pregnant. 3 generations, all pregnant, all at the same time, inside one insect the size of a grain of rice. I spent 41 years fighting pests, roaches, termites, bedbugs, rats. I have seen everything, but this one never stopped making me stop and stare. Because nothing in nature does what this pest does. Nothing. And by the time you finish watching this video, you will never look at your garden the same way again. The pest I'm talking about is the aphid. And before you say, Ray, I know what aphids are, I promise you. You don't know this part. Most people think aphids are just small green bugs on their plants. They're not. They are the most sophisticated reproduction machine in the entire insect world. Here is what is actually happening right now in your garden. A female aphid is born. She is already pregnant. Not becoming pregnant. Already pregnant. From the moment she takes her first breath, she is carrying daughters inside her body. And those daughters, already pregnant too. And their daughters, already pregnant. One aphid, 3 generations of offspring, all alive, all developing, all at the same time. Inside one body the size of a pinhead. Scientists call this telescoping generations. I call it the most terrifying thing I ever learned about a garden pest. Now here's where it gets even stranger. She did this without a male. No male aphid was involved. No mating, no fertilization. She simply decided to have daughters. And she did. This process is called parthenogenesis, and the aphid has been doing it for millions of years. Every single daughter is an exact genetic copy of her mother, a clone. Which means if the mother is resistant to a pesticide you spray, every single one of her daughters is resistant too. Every granddaughter, every great-granddaughter. You spray them. They survive, they clone themselves, they come back stronger. This is why you spray aphids on Monday, and by Friday your plant looks worse than before. You were never fighting one pest, you were fighting an entire army of identical clones. Now let me show you how fast this gets out of control. One aphid is born on a Monday morning. By Monday afternoon she is already giving birth. Each daughter starts giving birth within days. Within 1 week, that single aphid has become hundreds. Within 2 weeks, thousands. Within a month, a single aphid can theoretically produce millions of descendants. Millions, from one insect, in 30 days. And they are all feeding on your plant at the same time. Piercing the stems, sucking out the sap, injecting toxins that curl the leaves, spreading plant viruses from one plant to the next, and producing something that makes their destruction even worse. As aphids feed, they produce a sticky liquid called honeydew. It coats your plant leaves. It blocks sunlight. It attracts a black fungus called sooty mold that spreads across the whole plant. But the honeydew does something even more dangerous. It attracts ants. And this is where the story takes a turn that still amazes me after 41 years. The ants don't come to eat the aphids. They come to protect them. Ants drink the honeydew like it's the finest food they've ever tasted. And in return, they guard the aphid colony like soldiers. They chase away ladybugs. They chase away parasitic wasps. They carry aphids to new plants when the old one gets too crowded. Your ant problem and your aphid problem are not 2 separate problems. They are one problem. The ants are literally farming the aphids, using them as livestock to produce food. And if you kill the aphids without dealing with the ants will simply find new aphids and bring them right back to your garden. Now, I told you at the beginning that this pest never stops amazing me. And this is the part that will make you understand why. Winter is coming. The aphid cannot survive cold temperatures. So what does she do? She changes everything. For the first time all year, she starts producing males. Real males, not clones. Because she needs something only a male can give her. Fertilized eggs. eggs that can survive the winter inside a hard protective shell. The male and female mate. The female lays eggs, and then she dies. But before she does, she gives those eggs to the ants. The same ants she spent all summer feeding with honeydew. The ants take the eggs, carry them underground, store them in their nest, keep them warm and safe through every freeze. And in spring, the ants carry those eggs back up to the plants. The eggs hatch, and a new female emerges, already pregnant, carrying daughters who are already pregnant. The cycle begins again. The aphid used the ant the entire time, fed it all summer, then trusted it with her children's survival all winter. And the ant never even knew it was being used. Now, after 41 years, I can tell you exactly what works and what doesn't. What doesn't work? Random pesticide spraying. Here's why. If you spray and kill 95% of the colony, the 5% that survive are the most resistant ones. They clone themselves immediately. Within a week, you have a colony of pesticide-resistant aphids. You made the problem worse. What actually works? Step 1. Deal with the ants first. Put a sticky barrier around the base of every affected plant. Tanglefoot works. Diatomaceous earth works. Cut off the ant highway. Without ant protection, the aphid colony becomes vulnerable. Step 2. Introduce natural predators. One ladybug eats up to 50 aphids per day. One lacewing larva eats up to 200. You can order both online for a few dollars. Release them at dusk so they stay on your plants. Step 3. If you need to spray, use insecticidal soap, a $6 bottle from any garden center. Spray directly on the aphids, coating them completely. It suffocates them on contact. It breaks down within hours so it doesn't harm beneficial insects. And unlike chemical pesticides, aphids cannot develop resistance to soap. Spray every 3 days for 2 weeks. That breaks the reproduction cycle completely. Step 4. In fall, treat the soil around your plants. This is where the ants store the eggs. Diatomaceous earth worked into the top inch of soil kills the eggs before they hatch. You stop next year's colony before it even starts. I've spent 41 years watching people lose the war against aphids, and almost every time, the reason was the same. They were fighting what they could see, the green bugs on the leaves. But the real battle was happening somewhere else, in the ant colony underground, in the eggs sleeping through winter, in the daughters already developing inside mothers. The aphid doesn't fight you directly, it just out-reproduces you, outmaneuvers you, and uses everything around it, including your garden, including the ants, including the cold, as tools. In 41 years, I never met a smarter pest. Now I want to ask you something directly, because in 41 years, I have never stopped being amazed by this insect, and I want to know what you think. Is the aphid the most intelligent pest in nature? Or do you know something even stranger? Drop it in the comments below, because I read every single one. And here's my second question, and this one matters for your garden right now. Do you have aphids on your plants? Tell me what plant they're on, and I'll tell you exactly what to do. Because every plant is different, and every solution is different. Drop your plant in the comments. Let's solve it together. And if you know someone with a garden who's losing the battle against aphids, send them this video. Because what I just showed you, nobody ever told them. See you in the next one.